Okay guys, now let me tell you quite honestly, I never thought I was gonna do a video about this. I'm one of those people who cannot take manifestation serious in the way it's blown up on the internet over the past year or so. As it seems, we're coming out with a new manifestation technique every 2 days, and people think it's the easy way out. They think they can kick back their legs and their dream life will come true just because they wrote about it in their pretty little journal the night before and they aligned the crystals in a certain way that the planets said yes. Like, what? And the reason I'm doing this video is because my approach to manifestation is a little different and what I like to call a little more grounded, because I forcefully watched a couple of videos on this from other creators and I am sick of influencers saying you have to align with the universe and your wave frequency is right when you're in a certain mood, and I love the universe so much and I dreamed of this and then I worked a year but it only came true because I dreamed of it that night a year ago. Like, you're missing out all the important parts. People are literally saying they write stuff in a journal, then they put in all the work. And the reason something works out is because of the stuff they wrote in the journal. Like, guys, I don't have time for this. And you're putting a really bad light on my generation. I already know that I'm an old soul, but that's just another reason for me to tap out of Gen Z. My personal approach and my own definition for manifestation is that it is what allows you to keep your focus on what you want and have a healthy mindset on your journey of getting there. Because life is full of so many distractions, so many things we want, so many things we're afraid of. It's hard to kind of keep your eyes on what you initially wanted. And to me, manifestation takes care of that part. It kind of regulates the path I'm walking on. And I want to share with you how you can use manifestation exactly in that way without the need of certain crystals, the universe, the gods above, the stars, and certain wavelengths. Now, the first important thing is something that I'm sure we've all heard of at some point. It's the law of attraction. It's kind of like a fake it till you make it concept. Now, I'm not saying live life beyond your resources just because you're convinced that these resources are going to magically come back to you just because you rubbed the crystals the right way the night before Christmas. I'm saying act like you're already living the life you're manifesting when it comes to work. For example, to me, I swore to myself from the beginning on I would post a YouTube video every week. I know a lot of people who start off, they post a video every month or whenever they have an idea, whenever they feel like it, but I think consistency is one of the most important things in so many different things in our life. So that was a non-negotiable boundary I set for myself. Because if my channel would be taking off, I would also be posting just as much content. I don't even have an original song out yet. I don't have any gallery showing, but I constantly draw and I've had weekly vocal lessons for almost a decade now. So these are just a few personal examples of how the way you live your life manifests your future. And I would classify it as manifestation because you're already living as if everything is working out. So it's only a matter of time until it really does. In this whole process, detachment is extremely important. I made a separate video about detachment, definitely check that out. Nothing but good can come from doing that, but you shouldn't obsess of what you're trying to manifest. Keep the clear focus, know that working towards it is a big part. Don't kick back your legs and just write it in your journal and dream. Don't obsess of what you're working towards or who or what you want. That's never good. Don't be desperate. Have a clear focus. Be aware that that is what you want, but then also step away and just do your part. The work needs to be put in, but don't obsess over it. Detach. If you don't know how to do that, watch my video. And detachment goes hand in hand with trust. Trust that whatever happens, happens for a reason. You might not see the reason right now, but further along the road you will. And if you seriously have trust, you won't obsess and be desperate because you're confident on your journey. And at the end of the day, confidence is what gets you places. If you are confident that the path you are walking down is gonna lead you to your goal, it will. As simple as that. As long as you don't stop, because the moment you quit, somebody else wins. And that brings me to consistency and clarity. Like I said, know exactly what you want. Don't say I want to be a CEO. No, like you have to have a plan. A CEO of what? You can't just say I want to go into pharmaceuticals because a lot of money is involved. No, like, be realistic. Are you gifted in that field? Do you have a plan? Do you have an idea? Do you really think you have the work ethic to invest and sacrifice to get there? Because the path, if you want to call the path manifestation, is connected to a lot of sacrifice. Be very specific on what you want. If you want a certain amount of money in your bank account, be specific with the amount of money. If you shoot for the moon and you miss, then you're with the stars. Like, that's good enough. Just be very specific so you can also allow yourself to dream and really envision you in that position. Not because the universe needs to know exactly what you want or Santa Claus is going to bring it for Christmas. No, you need to have your vision, your dream engraved in your brain. And I don't know why you would classify that as manifestation, but this is how manifestation allows you to keep a clear focus and stay on track. I mean, that makes sense, no? The last really important point is patience. You cannot rush things. The path is often long. Most people are not lucky enough to have overnight success. I mean, look at me. But consistency and keeping the ball rolling is more important than anything else. Make sure you focus on something where you don't need anyone else, and every single day you personally can work towards it so that the next day you're closer to the goal than you were the day before. You can't rely on other people. If you have to for every step of the way, you might not be working towards the right goal. Now, I think it's becoming more and more clear what I mean with manifestation, because I think with all these things blowing up on the internet, manifestation has gained so many different definitions. And you do your thing, you use it or define manifestation as whatever works for you. But for me, it's really just about keeping a healthy mindset and a clear focus. And I also think you now see why it's so important to know exactly what you want. Doesn't matter if it's the zeros in your bank account or a position or a lifestyle, you know what I'm saying. And ways to make sure that that image, that vision doesn't fade is, yes, you can write it down in a journal. There's no magical number. You don't have to write it a certain number of times. Just make sure you know it, you feel it. You can almost see yourself and experience yourself in that life already. You can create a vision board. I don't have that yet, but I might do it. It's cute. It's like a board where you glue a bunch of things that inspire you on there. Images that you can interpret yourself into. Just to, always keep the eyes on the prize. I think you get what I'm saying. The focus is what's so important. And manifestation allows you to keep that focus because it forces you and constantly reminds you what you are going after. And really don't be afraid to dream. That's the best part about life. Don't create your own glass ceiling. That's so sad. Not every single thing has to come true, and there's more than one happy ending. Also, for everything I'm doing, there's more than one kind of ending that I would be happy with. The world is not black and white. Be a little delusional. And what I mean when I say that we have to expand our horizon, not create our own glass ceiling, and dream is that we have to get past our inner dialogue that tells us it's not possible. With our subconscious mind and self-doubt, it is so easy to fall into a state of lack. I doubt myself in so many ways every single day, but I also get past it every single day. I could be thinking to myself all the time, no wonder no one believes. There's a reason why nothing is really taking off yet. But who cares? This is my life. I'm 20 years old. I'm really trying to do as much as I can. And every path is so personal. The story is not over until I give up. And that's not an option for me. And something in relation to this probably very realistic and relatable struggle is the way I manage to stay positive and go into almost every situation with confidence is through the law of assumption. The law of assumption is literally entering any situation thinking it's going to work out in your favor. Because at the end of the day, nothing has happened until it actually happens. If you might meet that person there. If you might stumble across this opportunity, that opportunity. If you assume it's all going to work out in your favor, you perceive your point of view, your perception of that moment changes completely. That's just what helps me to stay optimistic. And if it doesn't work out in your favor, that's also normal. Don't go crazy. Don't stress. Don't overthink. Trust. Detach. Remember, if you can't do that, girl, you're not doing law of assumption. Take it easy, always cruising. Don't think the universe is after you. Think the universe has got your back. You'll succeed somehow, at some point. Be patient, remember? Carry this kind of confidence into every single situation and don't give up. I mean, I've had 3 failed YouTube channels before starting this one. What this shows is there was always a passion. It's not like this one is a worldwide success yet, but you get the point. I mean, let's be honest, even with this channel, I posted to an audience of less than 100 subscribers every single week for over a year. And only then things started to roll a little bit because I did a provocative podcast. I could have thought to myself, wow, this is only starting to work because me alone, I'm not good enough. People don't care about me. They like the interaction I have with other people, but me alone is not interesting. It's not good enough. But I'm not letting anything like that get to me. My delusion in every aspect is literally what keeps me motivated. And I think I owe it to myself to stay on my path. And manifestation helps me to keep the focus on that path and not on anything that's happening around me, because things will always happen. But in order to get to your destination, or to, I don't know, like a stop along the way, whatever you want to call it, different milestones, you have to have a focus, and you have to have consistency, you have to have trust, detachment, and just live your life maturely. You can't let your emotions get the best of you. So manifestation to me is really just maturely working towards your goals and not losing what's genuinely important out of sight. So I hope my approach and my definition of manifestation makes a little more sense now. Just be aware, you can't control it all. I can't control it all. I'm just trying to move forward every day, focusing on myself, and I'm really trying to find self-validation and satisfaction in that. So if you guys made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I would be interested to hear about some manifestation thoughts that you guys have down in the comments. I know this is a very specific topic. Let me know about your crystals, your favorite ways of manifesting, but guys, please keep in mind it also takes work. It's not just wishing and hoping and buying a bunch of stones or writing a certain sentence in your journal for a specific amount of time. I think we're all kind of aware of how the reality of life works, so let's just stay grounded. Thank you so much, take care, and see you soon. Bye.